I was at the lecture of the lady. She is from Europe, but she used to live in Russia for 10 years. And she was telling her side of the story, how and when she left Russia, what was her perception of what was happening in Russia. And she was actually advertising her book about Russia. I might even attach the link below. Maybe it'll be interesting to check it out. She told many interesting stories, but unfortunately, I don't know if I really can retell them because we don't really have democracy in Russia anymore, and I kind of need to watch what I say so it doesn't impact me in the future. But in this video, I wanted to share with you some curious facts about Russia. Some of them will be really, really small. Maybe you didn't know about them, but they might tickle you. And others might be pretty big. And again, you might know it, you may not know it. First, I want to tell you about some interesting food combinations that Russians like to eat. We have a salad that is called seletka под шубой. I'll try to show it to you, but I don't know if it will be possible. So this salad literally translates fish under their fur. Селедка под шубой. Normally we eat this salad for New Year, and it looks like a cake, but it's not a cake. Okay, let's see if I can... Okay, if I can share, you probably see this is the salad. And that's how it looks like. We have the first layer of, I guess, potatoes, then fish, then carrot, some other vegetables, maybe onion, not sure, maybe another layer of potatoes. And finally, on the top, it goes beetroot with salt, with garlic. So this whole salad is quite salty and tasty. And people really love it. Another food combination that we quite like, let's see. Let me see if you saw it. Oh, yeah. Now you can see the salad, селедка под шубой. And let's see if I can show you another one. Another interesting food. Right. So it's called окрошка. Окрошка, it's a Russian cold soup. Basically, it's the salad, and you add something like yogurt in it, and you get this cold soup that Russians love eating during the summertime. One more interesting food combination, let me show you. It's арбуз и хлеб. Personally, I don't like this, but I know that some Russian people eat арбуз и хлеб, which is a bit curious to me. These were the facts connecting with the food. The next fact I want to share with you: when Russia started the war with Ukraine, you probably know we had lots of sanctions and many companies left us, such companies as Visa, MasterCard, and McDonald's. So we don't have McDonald's anymore, we don't have Zara anymore, and every European company left Russia. But people don't worry about it. They actually make jokes that people are going to get healthy without McDonald's. And obviously we have our own version of McDonald's. It just has a different name. but the menu and even the design of the cafe is quite close to McDonald's or Burger King. I guess at this point everybody got used to live like this and nobody even cares. But in the beginning, it seemed like something really crazy. Even now, if I meet new people and tell them, kind of describe them what has happened with the sanctions, it's really hard for them to understand because so from Russia you cannot, for example, access Zoom or pay for Zoom and many other softwares, and YouTube is blocked in Russia. You can go and use it only with VPN, which is very annoying. But we have RuTube now. It's a new YouTube that is in Russia. Another interesting fact I can share with you is maybe if you want, I can show you how you can find any film or TV show and watch it in English if you want. Because, as you know, Russia is really famous for the access to everything. For us, it's really strange to have a concept of paying for content. Like we pay for Netflix, Amazon, but in Russia, you always find ways to find all the new films, TV shows, something else for free. So we really not used to pay for content. And because my boyfriend and I, we often watch some films. Sometimes we cannot find a particular film on Netflix or in Amazon or somewhere else. And so I just go to Russian website because I know on Russian website I will always find any film. And so maybe I can just show you how to do it in case you would want to do it. Let me bring it up. Share screen, share screen. Share screen. Okay, so for example, you want to watch this particular TV show, but you don't have the access to it. First of all, you need to check what is it in Russian, because you need to type in Russian language. Okay, so here we found it's called разделение. Yeah, so now I'm going to type разделение, смотреть online. So now you see this website, KinoGo. Normally it's a really good one. So let's try to go here. And now we have 3 different players, and you need to find the one that has English. Here, you see English original. So it says сезон 1, серия 1. And if you pick English original, you can watch it in English in good quality. You can even project it to your TV, and you don't need to pay for anything. So you see, while learning Russian, you can get these tricks. So hopefully it will be useful for somebody. Another fact about Russia I want to share with you is that school kids have 3 months holidays. I think in Europe, in the US, it's slightly different, but in Russia, it's exactly 3 months. So it's June, July, August. From the 1st of June to the 31st of July, nobody studies. 1st of September, it's the first official day when everybody goes to school. I know that in different countries it can be some random date, but to me it's really hard to understand how can it be, because in Russian schools everybody goes to school always every year on the same day, and it's the 1st of September. It's a big holiday. You look outside and you see all these cute little kids going with their rucksacks to school with flowers. 1st of September, we are supposed to bring flowers to the teacher. Yeah, so that's the little fact about Russian schools. 1st of September, it's our National Knowledge Day. Let me show you. I'll show you some picture and comment in Russian. What are we gonna see there? Так. Share screen. Share screen. Окей. На этой картинке есть дети, много детей. Это, я думаю, учительница. У детей есть цветы, и они идут в школу. Там их мамы и папы, и все очень рады и счастливы. Это тоже дети. 1 сентября, цветы. Они идут в школу первый раз. И это тоже традиция, that the person from high school is carrying a little girl who just goes to school for the first time. Это традиция, and she is ringing the bell. It's like the first ever call to go and start the lesson. It's a very sensitive moment for many parents. All right, another fact about Russia. In Russia, we have this particular type of ceiling. It's a soft ceiling. To me, it's pretty normal. My parents have soft ceiling in every room. So I remember when I tried to explain to my American friend what is that, people just didn't get it. They were like, how do you have some kind of soft ceiling? So I don't know, guys, if it's a surprise for you or not. I'm sure these types of ceilings are not only in Russia, but I know my friends were surprised. That's why I'm gonna show you. Maybe you've seen this type of ceilings before. Let me see. I'll type in Russian. So if you touch it, it's kind of soft and it has a different technology. So they bring this kind of sheet of plastic and they make a ceiling for you. They spread it on the ceiling and you can have this reflective look, or just, I don't know, many people like this. So that is that. That is another little fact. I've got the whole list here. Okay, next fact about Russian winters. There is this stereotype that Russian winters are cold. I live in Europe now, and I can tell you for a fact, I'm cold here in winter, and I'm not cold in winter in Russia. I'll tell you why. Most of the time you spend inside, and Russian winters have a central heating, so it's very, very hot inside. In every apartment, you literally can wear your bikini and walk around. It's not cold at all. They make this heat so much in the apartments that really when you come from outside, you start sweating the next second because you're wearing these warm clothes and you step into really warm air. So if we talk about inside, I often get freezed here in Europe because here there is no central heating. We have to buy wood like in ancient times, and we have this stove that we put the wood there, make a fire, but it's just ridiculous to me. In this regard, I prefer to be in Russia for winter because it's super comfortable at home. And if we talk about outside, the main problem with Russian winter is not cold, because you just get a bunch of warm clothes yes, it's not comfortable. You feel like you're a cosmonaut going on a trip. You feel lazy going out, going to the shop or just somewhere because you need to spend at least 5 minutes to get dressed and then get undressed. But if you have warm clothes, you're not cold. You just go out and you feel completely normal. The problem with Russian winters is that they are long and they are dark. It starts getting dark, I guess, in October. And from October to maybe March, you just don't see the sunlight. And for example, here in Europe, it's different. In Montenegro, in January, yes, it can be cold, but I can see the sunlight. In Russia, it's not the case. Okay, maybe you'll have 7-8 days during the whole winter time when you see a little bit of sun, but most days it's just black and white, it's gray, and many people get depressed even if they are not aware of it. The whole atmosphere in Russia, it's pretty gloomy. You wake up, let's say you go to work, it's so dark outside, it's like night. You have to drag yourself to some public transport, go to work your hours, you go back home in the same darkness, and every day is like this. It's gray, and I'm quite positive person, but I think I also get depressed in Russia when I live there for a long winter period. It's okay to go there for 1 month, but like I told you, the winter is pretty long. It starts maybe in November and then finishes in March, if you're lucky, because sometimes it still can be snowing in April even. So the cold is not your enemy, it's just this kind of darkness and gloomy, which is, I guess, not healthy. Well, I'm from the central Russian region. It's between Moscow and St. Petersburg. Maybe in other areas it's different, but in that main area, unfortunately, it is like that. Next fact, New Year. New Year is more important than Christmas. New Year is the main day. We celebrated 31 декабря. And Christmas is celebrated 6th of January. The Christmas that people celebrate on 21st of December, it doesn't mean anything to us. We don't do anything. Even there is no marketing or whatsoever, like in St. Valentine's Day, some people do it, or Halloween, some people also celebrate if they want to, but 24th of December, nothing's happening, people still working, and then 31st of December is the main New Year day, night actually, so people start celebrating maybe at 8 p.m. and celebrate throughout the whole night. And then we have long work holidays. Normally they last till actually 6th of January. So everybody just stays at home, eat their salads, drink their wine, and then 6th of January they celebrate Christmas. And after that they go to work. The next fact, in Russia, we have this tradition of посидеть на дорожку, which means before the journey, before the trip, you have to sit down. Just about a minute before leaving, you have to sit down, and everybody who is traveling. And for maybe 30 seconds, you just have to sit in silence, or you can chat a little bit. Basically, just, I hope you have a good trip. Did you not forget your passport? I guess it's a really good tradition. I understand where it's coming from. People do forget important things when they go on a trip. So it actually makes sense before leaving to sit down and take a moment of thinking, is everything okay? I'm not stressed. I'm just going traveling. And for all my life, it's been this way. If me or somebody from my family is going on the train journey or on the plane, we just sit, everybody sits like this, and that's what we call посидеть на дорожку. Sit before your road trip. I like this tradition, and I think I cannot not do it. I mean, if somebody tells me, okay, let's just go to the airport, let's break this tradition, I will feel so nervous because I'm really used to посидеть на дорожку. The next curious fact is that we consider it bad luck to congratulate somebody on their birthday beforehand. If you say happy birthday one day before, or for example, if you want to celebrate your birthday a little bit before, because it's Saturday, let's say, and your birthday is on Wednesday, it's considered to be bad luck, and I don't know anybody who does it actually. You can celebrate your birthday later, after the date, but not before. That's how it is. My friend now, today, she celebrates her birthday for the third time. First, she celebrated it with her parents, second with her friends, and today, 1 week later, she's celebrating with her other friends. It's okay, you can celebrate it as much as you want, but just not beforehand. It's bad luck. The next fact, if the person sneezes, we say будь здоров. Будь здоров, it literally means be healthy. I'm going to type it for you to see. Будь здоров, we say to a man, и будь здорова to a lady. Да, будь здоров or будь здорова. And one last fact about toasts. We don't say just cheers. Normally people say quite long toasts. Actually, I thought I'm gonna read you an example. And it's not always easy because you have to think of something. You cannot just say cheers and drink. You need to think of the speech. Okay, I'm gonna tell you the example of the toast. Давайте выпьем за то, что мы сегодня здесь вместе. Пусть такие встречи случаются чаще, а дружба только крепнет. Now, the translation. Let's drink to the fact that we are together here today. May such meetings happen more often, and may our friendship grow stronger. The example. Let's look at another one. С днем рождения! Желаю здоровья, счастья, исполнения желаний, и чтобы всегда были рядом те, кто дорог. Happy birthday! I wish you health, happiness, fulfilled dreams, and may those you love always be by your side. Okay, another one. Выпьем за любовь, за то чувство, которое делает нас лучше и дает смысл жизни. Пусть она будет искренней и взаимной. Let's drink to love. The feeling that makes us better and gives life meaning, may it always be sincere and mutual. Actually, that's the shortest way of doing the toast. It's to say, what are you drinking to? So you can say, let's drink to love. За любовь. За здоровье. To a health. What else people drink for? За встречу. So we have meet all together. Yeah, I think these are the main stuff. Health, love, and that we together. За здоровье, за любовь, за встречу. Let me text this. So you can just say выпьем за здоровье, or just use your glass and just say за здоровье, to health. Or you can say за любовь, to love, и за встречу, so we have met. Another example of the toast. Давайте поднимем бокалы за наши планы и мечты. Пусть у нас хватит смелости идти вперед и радоваться каждому дню. Let's raise our glasses to our plans and dreams. May we always have the courage to move forward and enjoy every day. Да. So in this toast they used за наши планы и мечты. To our plans and dreams. So we never have the general cheers. It's always to something. And for example, when people kind of start drinking or they want to drink, they can say, okay, what are we drinking to? Let's come up with the idea quickly. Something like that. Okay, I feel like my connection is a bit ropey. And one more toast. За здоровье, чтобы оно было крепким, а все остальное приложится. To health, may it always be strong, and everything else will follow. That's the example of the toast. So these are a few facts I wanted to share with you. If you want to tell me what country are you from, what's your name, why are you learning Russian, maybe you have some question for me, please leave me in the comments. It doesn't matter online now or later when you watch this video. Just leave me a comment and I'll respond to you. And while I'm waiting for your comment, I'll tell you a little bit about my lessons. So today, actually, I had lots of lessons today. Let me tell you maybe about them as an example. So what can I say? I really love my lessons. It's a very specific connection with each of my students. I guess the main path is followed by your purpose of studying. Many people study Russian to communicate with their loved ones, with their colleagues, with friends. And these people have only one home task always, to go and speak with your friends, with your colleagues, with your loved ones, using those new phrases that we studied during the lesson. But you have to practice, you have to apply. It's completely necessary to do that. I always see what's the person's attitude to the homework and to their academic study. There are people who absolutely hate your regular concept of studying. So I'm trying to make lessons more like a game, like a journey, like the experience for you to enjoy, not just some boring studying. And I think language is a really cool thing to teach because we can study the vocabulary in so many different situations. And we can include your personal interests, especially if you have some creative profession or some creative hobby. well, not necessarily creative, but if you're really into something, I like create emotional connection of Russian and your interest. So it becomes the whole one. And so Russian becomes as your real friend in life, not just something on the internet. Hi, Juan, Carlos. Hello. It's really cool that you're watching me from so far away. I'm really happy to know that. Thank you so much for your comment. Thank you everybody who joined today or who watch it as a recorded video. Hi, Eric. Yeah, speak with relatives and friends. It's a really nice goal. I motivate you to not be shy and try to say short phrases. For example, when I studied English, I was very shy to speak, but I knew it's necessary. So when I lived abroad, I had just one little goal a day. I had a goal to say just one phrase in English to somebody. And in the beginning, it was really hard because maybe I didn't have to do that. I could just, I don't know, how did I go around? The point is, when you're around your Russian friends and relatives, it's probably not necessary for you to say anything in Russian because you speak English. But if you set a goal, okay, now I'm going to visit my friends, I need to say at least something, at least one phrase, at least one question, and do that. Use every opportunity of your speaking with relatives and friends. Don't wait for that ideal situation when you become fluent in Russian and then you come and just everybody's gonna be surprised. Don't wait for that. Think of one simple phrase or one simple question and just come to one of your friends and ask him that or tell him that phrase, and you'll be surprised of the reaction. People always react really warm. Okay, I study Russian because I want to live in Russia. Oh, it's a nice, nice goal. Yes, so actually in the beginning of this video, I mentioned that I went to the lecture of the lady. She's from Holland and she lived in Russia for 10 years and she didn't want to leave. She wanted to stay there. She was a journalist, but I don't know, before the war started, people were protesting against, well, the war conflict already was there before the war officially started. So, and people started going to protest, and she was one of those journalists who just wanted to go and see what's happening. So she did go to one of those protestations, and some police came to her and she was smoking. So they told her, "You're not allowed to smoke here." And she said, "Okay, fine." And then they told her, "Oh, you're not wearing your COVID mask." And it was COVID time. "You're supposed to wear your mask." So she said, "Okay." And they obviously asked her, like, "What are you doing here?" And she said, "I'm an independent journalist from Europe. I want to see what is going to happen here. And I'm just writing my articles." And so they just said, "We need to bring you to the police station." And they took her from both sides and they brought her in, saying that it was because she wasn't wearing COVID mask. Later on, they let her go after 3 hours. But when she came back, I mean, she came home to whenever she lived in Russia, the police still came to her and they said, "Oh, you have to come to this hearing about this deal that you weren't wearing mask." And at that point, her government was telling her, like, "Okay, you need to leave." But she stayed for a few more years, and she tried to go to some cemeteries to find fresh fresh ground, kind of proof that people go to war and they die there, because government tried to make it like, oh, everything's fine, don't worry. So she just wanted to find this like real proofs, and she was followed by somebody, and then they videoed her and used her in Russian programs, saying that she is a Western spy, which is just ridiculous. But very intelligent lady. And unfortunately, I don't think it's a good time to go to Russia now. And for a foreigner, I think it can be dangerous. Even for Russians, it can be dangerous. They just find the reason to bring you to prison, but especially for a foreigner. But hopefully, when this whole situation gets resolved, and hopefully we'll still be alive, it will be still in our generation. I think it can be fun to live in Russia. In Moscow and St. Petersburg, I miss it sometimes. It's very special atmosphere. People are cool and fun and very friendly to the foreigners. So I understand your reasoning. It's nice. Okay. Being nervous because it comes from lack of confidence. Yeah, but unfortunately, the point with the foreign language, you never get 100% confidence. It's very... so when I was studying English, I got that association that in English, I'm still not able to speak as freely as I can in Russian. And I feel like it's like you're blind or deaf. It's like you have some kind of disability. When you try to speak another language, you always have this sense of not being fully confident, or like you're lacking something. But the thing is, some people, they think it will pass. It never passes. The best strategy is to learn how to navigate yourself by being deaf or blind, by having this disability. I'm calling it disability because I'm trying to describe this discomfort when you cannot really speak another language, but it's okay. Just like when people with disabilities learn to get around it and live freely, that's how you should do as well. Forget that you don't know all Russian words yet. Just remember what you know and have a goal to use it to say at least one phrase when you're around your Russian friends, and you'll see nothing bad will happen. Okay, you'll switch to English next minute, no big deal. At least you know, okay, I tried, I said something, I got the reaction. And then you go study another phrase and come to your friends and say it again. And keep going. Yep, you're right. No, nobody is neurotic about it. I agree. You're right. It just should be something normal. Maybe I get this vibe from Russians that they're a bit neurotic about it. But you're right. Okay, guys, I guess we are finishing for today. Thank you for communicating with me at the end. I'm here for that reason, that I hear from you. I learn who my audience is. I get to know why you're studying Russian, why are you here, why are you watching my videos. So thank you so much for communicating back. It means a lot to me. And actually, I made a video on how long does it take to learn Russian. It's going to be a really long video for half an hour, and it will be published next week. So I'm so happy that I'll be back to the channel finally. Thank you so much. And actually, I think this week I had a little bit of success. I started TikTok. Basically, I just published there the same videos, short videos that I published to YouTube. But I started getting some new people, new audience, and I was really happy about it. Okay, guys, I wish you all new words in Russian that just comes to your mind very easily. And I'll see you in the next videos. Thank you so much for joining today. Пока, пока-пока.